not doing anything else. They are just going about their life and waiting for this person to come around.
Let's say you gave me some great scenarios. I appreciate you. So I would say the first one.
They're spinning other plates.
They're spinning other plates, but they are interested in that person. Like, because if you...
No, I don't see anything wrong with that because you're doing your thing.
Yeah, because if you're just sitting there... You know how... I feel like a wise man said, I don't think of myself as a loser, right? You remember a wise man said that.
A wise man said, I don't think of myself as a loser. I got it.
You know who said that?
Yeah. I'm aware.
I'm dialed in.
I'm waiting for you to land the plane, though.
Yeah, so the plane landing is, I don't think you should be, especially if you're in the friend zone, you should be just twiddling your thumbs and like sitting there patiently waiting for the moment that she might say, "Oh my God, I love you."
If you're that type of dude, you know how to play the game.
Well,
the one who's twiddling his thumbs is a loser. The one who's like still going on about his life.
Okay.
Still seeing other people, still doing what he's doing, but he's kind of waiting for this other person to come around.
Not really waiting. Is it really waiting? I think that is a long-term investment.
Who are we talking about? The one twiddling the thumbs?
No, not twiddle thumb. If you are doing your thing, twiddle thumb and twiddle D, like we ain't got nothing to do with. We ain't talking about them.
Okay,
but like that, and that's just what I'm saying. It's a hard line because for me, if you're like, okay, cool, I'm already doing my thing, but like this is somebody that every now and again we're cool, we hang out, blah blah blah. That's a different.
You're just checking the temp
every
once in a while.
Hey, is it baked yet?
Hey, buddy.
It's not baked yet.
Hey, stranger.
So that's a different conversation. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. It's just that for me, I know, like personally, like when you're with somebody and you see somebody doing that, also, you're like, all right, pro. I already know what the deal is. I know why this dude is reaching out to you. I gotta deal with it.
He's checking in.
There's a certain point where you have to deal with it, and if you tell him this is, and he continues,
because that happens while a person is in a actual relationship.
Yes,
where they may have a male friend or female, depending on your orientation, who is constantly checking the temperature of the person that you're with, because they're biding their time, so to speak, when things might go rough. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, I'll be that shoulder to cry on. Yep. Next thing you know, dick's in you.
Yep.
So in your stomach.
Wait, so whoa! I wasn't expecting that. That was good. Go ahead, continue.
So that leads me to the whole point of like, can men and women be friends, right? Because I like
how he transitioned into that. This guy's smooth.
Come on, man.
This guy's smooth. It's a trends, ain't it? This guy's smooth.
I want to point out, you guys have taken the transition game to a whole nother level.
This guy's smooth.
I haven't had no transitions today to match the way y'all have it. So good job.
You know what I'm saying? I had a cup. You know what I mean?
This guy hit up Adobe and got his transition game on point. I see what you're doing.
I like that. I like that. Not drinking right now though, so no shade.
No, I'm sipping.
Where? I ain't seen a cup past your face. Huh? I ain't seen a cup past your face this whole conversation.
And I think that's part of the smoothness.
That's you setting us up, bro.
Because I did, do my thing. And y'all can check the receipts. This is recorded. So, but no, to go back to what I was saying, with what you were saying, Aaron, if someone, and I think it's about keeping people in orbit. I think that's a real thing, right? And so, can a guy and a woman, because you can't call them females and you can't call them a girl anymore.
You can.
But guy and a woman. And can they be friends? First of all, it's the first question.
Yes, 100%.
Can they be just friends?
100%.
100%.
I say no.
Oh, here we go.
I say no. And the reason why they cannot just be friends, there's a caveat to it. One person has to, or both persons have to be unattracted to each other.
I don't necessarily.
If you are attracted to her and she's attracted to you, or vice versa, that is not a real friendship, in my opinion. But one of those people is holding on to something, and that is not a real friendship. You and I are friends. There's zero physical or sexual attraction between the two of us.
100%. But
exactly.
That doesn't work. That doesn't work when you introduce.
Bro, we've been to Miami on many occasions. Hold on.
When you're talking about men and women, it's slightly different because I think that the bond that's had a lot of times is based on whether or not the potential of that actually going to. And some people are like, well, it'll never go anywhere, so that's fine. And in that space, yes, you can just be friends. Because if you both accept that, hey, this is not going to happen. And even on the drunkest night, this is not going to happen. Then that's just a friendship.
Maybe I don't think the same way.
Maybe please educate me.
Not maybe. Clearly, I don't think the same way.